Hello and welcome to FISD Tigerzone. I'm Katrina Gonzalez, a senior at Frenship High School.
And I'm Aaron Cowan, a junior at Frenship High School. For the next half hour, we'll reveal the new name of our newest elementary campus. Plus,
how Frenship Middle School administrators are making it easier for students to work together.
And we will show you how Oak Ridge Elementary students honored veterans.
FISD Tigerzone starts now. Frenship is a growing school district. Along with a surging population, the tax revenue increased as well. Jordan Hernandez explains.
Hi, hello everyone. I'm Jordan Hernandez with this month's edition of Did You Know? Did you know that Frenship ISD has approximately 50,000 people living within the district attendance boundaries? Did you know that Frenship ISD added $128 million of new property value during the 2013 tax year? And did you know during the past 5 years, Frenship ISD has added $458 million of new property value? That makes the total property value within Frenship ISD as of the new 2013 tax year more than $2.8 billion. Here at Frenship, we seek perfection and capture excellence every day. For Did You Know? I'm Jordan Hernandez.
Frenship administrators of the board have decided on the new name of the elementary. It is called Legacy Elementary School. It was decided in the last November meeting. Current Northridge principal Cheryl Boer will be the new principal at the new school. High school assistant principal Shannon Morrison will take over her position at Northridge Elementary. The new school is scheduled to open for the 2014-2015 year.
Our growing student population also forces changes for sports. 5A schools have been around for years, but this year the University Interscholastic League, or UIL, is adding a new 6A that Frenship will be a part of. Coach Brad Davis explains what this means for Tiger sports.
Well, it means we're going to be in the top classification in the state, which is 6A, and we'll be playing, teams that are at that classification with an enrollment of 2,100 students and above. It'll be the same competition we've been playing for years in non-districts such as Odessa Permian, Odessa High, possibly the two Midland schools, but for sure, we feel for sure we'll be playing Lubbock Monterey, Lubbock Coronado, Amarillo High, Amarillo Tascosa, because they all have 6A enrollment numbers. So for sure those four teams, and then possibly our district could be made up of the Midland Odessa area also. I think it is. I mean, Frenship's a growing district. We knew that we'd be going up to the next classification at some point. Didn't know if it'd be this year or 2 years from now, but we feel like we're ready for it because we're at the point now where we're playing those teams anyway. And when you get to a certain enrollment, the UIL tells you where you're going, and we're at that point. Probably for district, it would be either Amarillo or the Midland Odessa area. As far as non-district games, that's still yet to be determined. We could have some travel. We've had to travel to El Paso before, and that's still a possibility. But as far as district, probably the Midland Odessa area and the Amarillo area.
Frenship administrators are planning to expand even more throughout the district. Here's FISD Public Information Director Andy Penny with more.
Hello everyone, welcome into Frenship ISD and the Frenship ISD website, Frenship Now. I'm your host, Andy Penny. Hey, the Frenship Independent School District Board of Trustees unanimously approved the call of an $85.2 million bond election for May 10, 2014 that is aimed to benefit the students of Frenship ISD by accommodating the district's continued enrollment growth. The trustees called this election Monday, October 21st during their monthly meeting. More than 75% of this proposed bond is dedicated to campus construction and renovation, with the construction of a 9th grade center and the 8th elementary campus in the district as the two major projects. Other projects included our technology and security upgrades, maintenance improvements, extracurricular advances, as well as land purchases. Hey, FISD's current enrollment in 5th through 8th grade is 2,605. That number will surpass the 2,550 capacity of Frenship High School when those students reach high school in August 2017. This enrollment will continue to climb with anticipated growth in the near future as well. The 9th grade center would alleviate current enrollment capacity concerns at FHS. An 8th elementary campus would also help manage campus enrollment capacity concerns in FISD, as this year, kindergarten and first grade enrollments have both elevated to more than 700 students. These are the first two classes in the history of FISD to surpass 700. Demographic studies show this trend is likely to continue with future classes. FISD is currently completing construction of the district's 7th elementary campus. This is the final project of a 69.7% voter-approved 2007 bond that totaled $128 million. The 2007 bond included the construction of 3 FISD campuses, Oak Ridge Elementary, Heritage Middle School, and the 7th elementary campus. And since that time, in 2007, FISD's enrollment has grown by more than 2,100 students. Again, the 2014 bond for Frenship ISD is scheduled for May 10 of 2014. Hey, thanks for joining us here on the Frenship ISD website, Frenship Now. I'm Andy Penny.
Coming up after the break, there are more than 250 strong, and feeding them is like feeding an army.
Plus, it's another successful production in the books. We'll give you a look behind the scenes of Shrek the Musical.
And you'll be amazed at the talent by this artist. We'll introduce you to her. All these stories and more coming up on FISD Tigerzone.
Welcome back to FISD Tigerzone, a show dedicated to bring you stories from all around our district. I'm Case Blackwell, a sophomore at FHS.
And I'm Mallory Barnett, a junior at FHS. Willow Bend Elementary School students get to put their science skills to the test at their annual science fair. Kimberly Hancock has the story.
Willow Bend Elementary hosted this year's annual science fair for the 4th and 5th grade students. Even though, sadly, there weren't any exploding volcanoes, the students got to apply everything they have learned so far in their science class and put it into a big project. The students' work was based off of the most creative, best visual design, best research, best data display, and best use of research. The winners for the 4th grade class were first place, Skylar Roberts, second place, Lizzie Lee, third, Marcus Turner, and the winners for the 5th grade were first place, Madison Scully, second, Devin Curran, and third, Kieran Nuves. For Tiger Vision News, I'm Kimberly Hancock.
Frenship Middle School students now have an easier way to interact with technology. Here's Mr. Jerbeck to help explain.
One of the challenges we ran into as we were setting up the lab, beyond just the expense of getting the extra monitors and getting the extra equipment, was how do we drop the regular monitors down on the table so the students can actually see over them, because a normal monitor is raised up higher and really blocks the view of one student to another. But we came up with a way, we took the backs off of the monitors and the normal monitor stand, and we came up with a way to attach these little angled brackets on the back. Believe it or not, those are actually tire chocks from an automotive store. And they're brand new, they're clean, but they're very inexpensive, and the holes lined up perfectly, and they attach perfectly on the backs of the monitors, which allowed us to drop the monitors low enough so now students can see over the monitors and actually be able to communicate as they work without having to look under or around their big monitor right in front of their face. And so that was probably one of the most creative things that we were able to come up with that was actually also it saved us money over what we had originally planned on doing with like easels or having some form of a stand. When we found these tire chocks, that was just the perfect answer.
the first sight of the plague?
The part of the magic, we were able to get a bunch of monitors donated from Citibank, and Citibank had some of these tall tower monitors that actually swivel, which is really nice for being able to have a student show one another what they're doing, and then all they do is on the switch, it switches from one computer to the next, and the students can show each other whatever they're researching, or if they've found pictures, they can show each other what they're doing just at the simple push of a button. And again, these switches are relatively inexpensive, and for a cost of under $50 per station, we're able to get the extra cabling that's needed and the switcher, and with the monitors being donated, that really cut down on the expense of this project.
Our Friendship Band is huge and full of talent, but how do you feed such a large group of people before games or at competitions? For the big, bold, blue and gold Tiger Band with over 250 members, an efficient way of feeding these people is crucial.
The grill team got started when a bunch of parents realized that the students were having to stand in long lines at restaurants because the band had gotten so big that they would have to wait an hour or longer just to stand in line and eat.
Lita Rogers, one of the founders of the grill team, says that things have grown significantly from the ground up.
They kind of got a tailgate format going so that they could bring grills and a trailer and feed the band that way. So it grew slowly to what we have today, which is a nice grill and a nice trailer and lots of parents that volunteer their time.
Who is behind the controls of the grill team and what response has it gotten?
We have a lot of parents that have volunteered to help. So last year we were kind of worried because we had several that had graduating seniors and we wondered if the grill team was going to be able to carry on. But this year we've had a great response from freshman parents, so we're able to just keep going. The band loves it. They come through and they're so gracious. They just say thank you so much, and they love what we have to cook for them and just to be with them.
For FISD Tigerzone,
I really love the grill team because they make amazing food.
I'm Mallory Barnett. The Friendship Band has had a great season, and with thanks to the grill team, their food, and their support, full stomachs.
Technology has been changing the way teachers have been teaching their lessons over the past year. With new apps on the iPhone and iPads, it seems that students at Willow Bend are learning more and wanting to learn more because of new technology.
2nd through 5th grade students at Willow Bend Elementary seem to have gotten a Christmas present a little early this year. They are called Polyvision boards, a new technology learning device that is made to help students get more involved in learning. The boards come with neat accessories like learning pins, games, and many extra tools to get the students interacted with their lessons. These boards were bought with the school's extra Title I money at the beginning of the year and seem to be a great investment since the kids and teachers are both really excited about them. Now, all year long, the students can learn by doing hands-on activities and interactive lessons. For Tiger Vision News, I'm Kimberly Hancock.
Shrek was another great musical to put into the books. It also took a lot of hard work and preparation. Aaron Cowan shows us an inside look of the Shrek musical.
Judah says that there are many people who are working on this performance, and that it is amazing how they have put it together.
Oh, wow. There is a lot of people. Just like if you flip through the program, there's about 30 to 40, even more probably, that are just here overall. I mean, it's a lot of people to keep up with. It's amazing how many people have worked on this.
At this musical, there were more than just people dressed up dancing around. There was a dragon.
The dragon is going to be 22 feet long, and it's being shipped from New York. And
For FISD Tigerzone, I'm Aaron Cowan.
We want to tell you about a student at Friendship High School. She's a regional finalist in the PTSA Reflections Contest. She entered her piece called Through Chloe's Eyes in the Visual Art Contest. Her piece was selected, and now she's moving on to regionals. Sophomore Suppressa Crow says with a little help, it took her a month to complete her piece.
What did you draw?
I drew it.
Yeah. And how did you draw it, or how did you paint it?
I used Sharpies.
And what made you want to paint a giraffe?
Because it was my favorite animal.
Suppressa has cerebral palsy and is confined to a wheelchair. She loves art and her TV media classes. Coming up after the break, auto technology students are putting their skills to work.
Plus, Crestview teachers take on a new job, and it's all for a good cause. We'll have more information on that after the break. FISD Tigerzone will be right back.
My name is Carl Richardson. My drug of choice was crack cocaine. I'd come to this hill to talk to my God and ask him to help me. Not knowing if I would go back into my addiction, because this is the same area where I constantly. Later on, I found out that they never thought I would make it. Don't give up. Miracles can happen. And there is hope and there is help. Oh God. Thank you.
This is Governor Rick Perry, and you're watching Tiger Vision News.
Welcome back. We use cars every day, and we all know they eventually need a little TLC. Friendship Auto Tech student gives us the 411 on what we need to know.
Cars, tools, grease, and the teachers with the know-how. That's what the Friendship High School automotive class is filled with. In here, students learn about cars and how to fix and maintain them.
Change the oil every 3 months or 3,000 miles.
If your brakes squeak, your brake fluid is low.
They work on cars not only provided for them, but even cars of students and teachers.
And oil changes, how to change tires.
Yeah, we do differentials.
Fixing flat tires.
Asking only for payment for parts purchased, their students learn real-life applications.
We compete against other schools in the district, and we do measurements and under the hood and under the car parts and
survive in the real world. You know what I'm saying? Change oil by myself, not have to get scammed by anybody else.
I'm Josh Bacon for FISD Tigerzone.
Law enforcement is another of many career classes offered at Friendship High School. Those students this semester took a trip to South Plains College for an educational field trip. They experienced a video simulation of what a police officer would encounter when called to a domestic dispute. Students also took a handgun training course at the SBC shooting range.
We all have smartphones that we use every day. We'll show you a new class at FHS where students are learning the art of coding. Here's Josh Bacon with more.
Smartphones, tablets, and applications. No, this isn't students hanging in the hallways. This is the new Mobile Applications class at Friendship High School.
This class is Mobile Application Development, and we actually build applications for tablets and cell phones. This is a brand new class this year to Friendship High School. It's actually just 2 years old within Texas.
Students in Miss Boyles' class are creating and designing real apps and are gaining experience in fields that are growing in the world.
I think everybody needs to learn how to code. Technology is very important these days, and just coding and knowing how to make the computers work, knowing what goes on behind the scenes, behind what everything, how it looks pretty, knowing how to make it look that way is so important.
Students are getting hands-on experience and having fun while doing it.
Right, we've done a few silly apps, like one where you make a cat meow, and one where you do, it's like Brick Breaker. So,
I'm Josh Bacon for FISD Tigerzone.
Oak Ridge kindergartners know what it's like to be elbow deep in pumpkin. The entire kindergarten class and some of their parents came to help carve the pumpkins. From Skull and Bones to cute pumpkin faces, these kids got a first-hand experience what it's like to carve a pumpkin. Kindergartner Kadrick Price says once the pumpkin is carved, there's a whole lot more you can do with it.
Carving pumpkins would be a little bit jack-o'-lantern, so it can be a little bit more a different area, so it can light in the dark, so you can put a candle in there, so you can carve it, and everything else you can draw in there, or anything you want.
In all, about 30 pumpkins took a new face. The pumpkins were on display at Oak Ridge.
Earlier last month, Oak Ridge parents, teachers, students, and administrators celebrated family veterans who have or are serving in the military. The program was held at the Performing Arts Center at the high school. 4th and 5th graders performed patriotic songs. A picture slideshow of those loved ones and friends were shown that evening. It was a powerful night of celebration. We thank our veterans and all veterans who have served for our country. Now over to Crestview. Teachers taking new role, and it's all for a good cause. Katrina Gonzalez has more.
Crestview teachers left their teaching skills in the classroom
And what drinks did you want for the Happy Meal?
and became the students for the day.
It's just a great opportunity.
Teachers spent their night working at McDonald's, raising money for their own students' experience. Principal Stacy Davis says tonight is all about fundraising.
As we want an iPad cart, and so it takes quite a bit of money to get to that point, and so with the support of PTA and then what we're doing at the campus level, combining our money, so hopefully by the end of the year we can raise enough money to purchase one.
This is the third time Crestview has had this fundraiser. Davis says they raised more than $600 each time, but this year Davis says it was their biggest turnout.
And through the help and support of PTA and all of our families, it is. We do expect that. They, I think for a week, that's all they talk about, isn't it?
Second grade teacher Kelsey Hernandez says this night wasn't just about raising the money, but developing relationships outside of school.
And also just spending time with our families and just getting to mingle outside of school. I think that's important.
Cookies now? They're hot chocolate chip.
For FISD Tigerzone,
Thank you so much.
I'm Katrina Gonzalez.
Well, that's all we have time for this month.
We'll bring you new stories as we all return for a brand new semester next year.
Until then, happy holidays and happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.